Hi, it's Tamika Shilby, and I love to fall asleep with a good book, and not a screen, so not radiant light coming at me before I fall into dreamland, but the old-fashioned kind. And I thought all my options were dried up. I had no exciting books to read. I just finished my last one, and I was in need of something to read, and I realized, you know what, I was drawn to this book months ago, but I hadn't started it. And I thought, you know what, it's a book on healing and on foods and on health and vitality. And I thought, well, it'll put me to sleep. Well, what happened was I ended up opening the pages of this book and immediately started having a healing experience in my body. I was completely surprised by the words on the page, and I was starting to feel them in a cellular way. And that's why I'm reaching out to you today. I'm not affiliated with this book in any way, but I wanted to get this out as quickly as possible because if you have any kind of illness going on, like a mystery illness that no one can seem to help you with, if you have anything autoimmune, if you have hypothyroidism, Lyme's disease, MS, a whole bunch of different things, rheumatoid arthritis. I'm going to give you a list now of some of the other ones. If you have any of these illnesses going on, you are in for a treat. This book is called Medical Medium by Anthony William, and here's the book. And it is an amazing story about Anthony's journey of becoming a voice for spirit or a voice for the divine. And this particular voice was saying, you know what? The health industry, not just mainstream medical, allopathic medicine, but also the natural health industry has got a few things wrong, let's say. And the spirit or divine is speaking through him to correct some of this misinformation and get it out to us. Now, one of the interesting things about the messages is that spirit is telling him that this information will not be available to the mainstream medical system for 30 or 40 years. If you have any of these illnesses going on and you're frustrated with the lack of information and options available, and really the lack of success in the treatments that you've had, or if you have had successful treatments, perhaps you're concerned with some of the medications and maybe some of the ingredients in the medications, I always encourage everyone to read the ingredient list on your medications. It's really important. And it's not even that we necessarily don't take those medications because of the ingredients, because sometimes you need to take a medication. But knowing the information is truth for your body. So your body knows there's a conscious connection with the information that you're reading when you look at those ingredients, and then you take them in and you say, you know what? I can cleanse some, maybe some of the ingredients aren't that healthy for you, even though there's an active ingredient that is. You can say to yourself, I can cleanse this out of my body even though I need this in the short term. So for any of you that are disappointed with the medical perspective that you've been given or the options that you've been given, this is an option for you to explore. As someone who has had autoimmune and other medical issues from a young age and been told that my body is attacking itself, part of probably the most profound message in this book is that your body is not attacking itself. Your body has not failed you. Your body has not given up on you. Your body is actually, the symptoms that you're experiencing are actually your body fighting for you, and in many cases fighting off a virus that is completely undetected by mainstream medical. I am so fortunate that I had a medical practitioner, naturopath, Nadia Timoshenko, work with me for almost 2 decades in Ontario when she was in Ontario. So now you can see her if you're in Nova Scotia. She's not practicing in Ontario anymore. But as someone who has had someone on my side saying, your body is amazing, your body is a healing genius, your body's working for you, and given me so much support around that, I've been very, very fortunate not to talk about me as a diseased person. But I know many people don't have that opportunity to work with someone that tells them your body's on your side. Your body has got your back. Your body wants to help you, and it hasn't given up on you. I don't care how many years you've been sick. Your body has not given up on you. It loves you, and it is committed to you. It wants you to be healed, and you have the right to be healed. And this book really affirms a lot of that perspective. One of the most interesting things about this book was I read this fascinating story at the beginning, and that's Anthony's personal journey and how spirit began to work through him. But then he went into, early in the book, he goes into Epstein-Barr virus. And as someone who kind of loves to study how books are created and set up, I was like, this is weird. Why is he starting with Epstein-Barr? It seems so random. But here's the kicker. What Anthony shares is that out of 320 million Americans, 225 of those million of those Americans have the Epstein-Barr virus. Whoa. And he also shares that there are over 60 varieties of this virus, and they are undetectable by current medical technology. So many of us might have the Epstein-Barr virus and not know it. And you can't go to your doctor, unfortunately, right now and get a test for that because it's unknown information. So he says in 30 or 40 years, this will be common knowledge. But right now, it's not. We just haven't had the research, and we haven't had people looking for the right things to discover this information. So you'd be very interested to see how many mystery illnesses or even common illnesses are actually Epstein-Barr. And the other thing he describes in detail in the book is the shingles virus, and that there are over 31 types of shingles virus expressions, many of which do not have physical shingles that you can see, and that these are the cause of all kinds of health issues. So the picture is that it's not your body attacking yourself. It's a virus that your body is actually working really hard to fight off. And some of that fighting takes away from some of the way that your body would optimally perform if it wasn't working so hard for you, on your behalf, on your team, to get rid of a virus. One of the things that I love so much about this book is that there's a whole chapter called Fruit Fear. And it's about how many of us, especially in the dieting culture, have given up on fruit. Like bananas, goodness, like those are like the devil's food in some health circles. Well, Anthony William really encourages us to heal our relationship with fruit. Interesting. We were just in Malta, one of the oldest cities in the world, or countries in the world with a rich history, and all these ancient coats of arms that only have like 4 spaces on them to represent their family lineage, a lot of them had fruit on them. And I thought that was so fascinating. And Anthony Williams says that there are over 300 references to fruit in the Bible. Fruit is a big deal. It's very, very healing food. And as he describes, it can bring so many benefits to our body. I moved into a place this past summer that was abundant with fruit on the property. So suddenly I had all my own fruit. And I started to eat it even before I read the book because I had a relationship with it. You know, I was picking it myself, and it was so available and so wonderful. And I was amazed at how much better I felt eating more fruit. So this was another thing that this book really affirmed for me, to listen to my body. There's so many people out there that want to tell us how to live and how to eat. And so as you move forward, maybe there will be something in this book that works for you, but take the parts that do and let the rest go. There might be things that I just said that you're like, no way. Take what works for you and let the rest go. This is what we do as we reclaim our truth. We listen inside to what the answers that are true for us. This is a very important practice. I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. Are you going to run out there and buy the book? Are you going to tell somebody about it that you know that has a chronic or mystery illness? Or have you already had experience with the medical medium body of work? And let us know, how has it been working for you? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have a wonderful day and love that body of yours, because that body loves you.